so easy to eat vegan, which is absolutely amazing with pasta. It is so delicious. Everyone seems to think, what do vegans eat? Lettuce and carrots. You could not be more wrong. That is my biggest hack to healthy eating, is do big batch cooking. Fast, cheap, easy student meals. To my channel. So I am so excited about today's video because we have 3 of my favorite fast, cheap, easy student meals, and I know I might not quite be a student yet, but I'm getting ready to go in September and I need to have some meal ideas that are gonna get me through the term and make sure I am full but not breaking my budget on vegan meals, which are actually surprisingly easy and cheap too, so you have no excuses not to eat healthy through university. And I'm so happy to say that today's video is actually in collaboration with Faye Baked. She is going to have a video of 3 more recipes to cook at university, so you have loads of choice and you're not short of ideas. And if you haven't already, then go and subscribe to her videos. I absolutely love her content. She is vegan too, but also doing medicine, so she has loads of advice and also fashion videos, which I adore. I've honestly been following her for the longest time and I've loved seeing her channel grow, so I'm sure she would love it if you go and support her channel, and I will put the link to her video and channel in the description box below. So I know that when you are tired, when you are busy and have a long working day or day at university, it can be so tempting to just grab out some chips, some frozen burgers, go and get a takeaway. But A, is that not good for you? B, it is expensive, and C, it's going to catch up with you. It's going to leave you feeling groggy and not your best. What you want to do is be prepared to be cooking healthy. Have some easy, fast and cheap recipes up your belt so that when you get to university, you're not faffing around worrying about what to cook. And all 3 of these recipes are perfect for that. You can either have them as lunches or dinners, and I'm going to be showing you how to prepare them all. Make sure you watch till the end of the video because believe me, the vegan chili at the end, I have so many questions on how to cook it. All of my friends love this recipe and you wouldn't even know it was vegan, and it is so simple to make. The first thing we're going to cook is this lentil bolognese, which is absolutely amazing with pasta. It is so delicious, quick, easy and cheap. So to start with, you're just going to take 2 onions and peel and chop them into fine little pieces. I don't mind them too chunky, but chop them however small you want. Then you're going to take 2 celery sticks, and now you do want to chop these into really fine little pieces. So just chop each celery stick into 4 and then chop it with the knife. Then you're going to take 1 large carrot or 2 little carrots and peel it and chop it into fine pieces. They don't need to be as fine as the celery, but I still like them pretty fine. Then add a splash of water to the pan and put it on the stove at medium heat for about 10 minutes. Then you're going to take 2 garlic cloves and peel and chop them. Now I hate the faff of using garlic, and if you're like me, then get yourself some garlic granules and use 2 teaspoons of these for every 1 clove of garlic. It's a great little hack to save yourself some time. Then we're just going to make 500 millilitres of vegetable stock. Just make sure you get yourself a vegan one. Add the garlic or garlic granules to the pan with everything else. Add some seasoning and then add 2 tins of drained green lentils, 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, the vegetable stock that you prepared earlier, and then you're just going to add 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. If you don't have this, don't worry, but it adds a really good depth of flavour. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of chili flakes for some spice, and then 2 teaspoons of dried oregano. Feel free to swap these to any other spices, but in the ideal world, these are what you would use. Then give everything a good old mix and bring it to boil. Then turn the temperature down and leave it to simmer for about 50 minutes until your mixture starts to thicken. Then it is all done. You have made 4 to 5 portions of this, and then you have meals for the whole week. Honestly, this recipe is so delicious and simple. Next is one of my favourites, and that is this tofu peanut butter wrap. This is so easy for a fast lunch or dinner, and this recipe is going to make 2 portions of this so you can have extras for the next day. First, you're just going to take 1 cube of extra firm tofu, so about 280 grams of tofu, and cut it into thin strips. Then add it to a non-stick baking tray. Then you're just going to put it in the oven at 200 degrees for about 30 minutes until the tofu goes nice and crispy. Now we're going to prepare the fillings for the wrap. So you're going to take 1 or 2 carrots, peel and chop them into thin little battens. Then you're going to take a quarter or a half of a cucumber, depending on the size, and do the same so they're thin little strips. Then I'm going to do the same with a pepper, but feel free to add other vegetables that are your favourites. I just like these three in particular. Now this next one is crucial because it adds so much flavour. So take one spring onion and slice it into really fine pieces. You have to add this, it adds an amazing taste. Now we're going to make the sauce. So you're just going to take 1 tablespoon of smooth peanut butter, half a tablespoon of tamari, which is gluten-free soy sauce, and if you're not gluten-free, just use regular, and a good dollop of sriracha, depending on how spicy you like it. Then add 2 teaspoons of maple syrup for some sweetness. Use whatever maple syrup you have in the cupboard, and then you're just going to add the juice of half of a lime. Make sure you do use lime and not lemon, it does make a big difference. And then we're just going to add a sprinkling of fresh ginger, or if you are really lazy, dried ginger is fine. Then give everything a really good mix with a fork in a bowl. Split everything into 2 portions so that you can have half today and put the other half in the fridge tomorrow to keep it fresh. And then to assemble, just take 2 gluten-free wraps or whatever wraps you like and some leafy greens. I am a bit obsessed with kale, so I use kale, but use spinach or lettuce or whatever. And then add your battens of cucumber, pepper, carrot, whatever you've wanted, and your spring onions. And then sprinkle on a little bit of the sauce over the top, as well as adding your tofu. Seal with a cocktail stick or skewer just to keep everything in place. If you're wrapping up in foil, you don't need to do this, but if you're having it on a plate, it just keeps everything all together, and make 2 of these wraps. Now finally we are on to a chili, which I adore, with jacket potatoes, rice, tortillas, honestly anything, and it is so easy to make. So to start with, you're just going to take 2 onions and chop them up into really fine little pieces. Then just heat up 1 teaspoon of olive oil in a large saucepan or whatever oil you have in your kitchen over medium heat. Then prepare your garlic cloves. So again, you could use garlic granules. So you would need 6 teaspoons of garlic granules because you need 3 garlic cloves. It doesn't taste quite as nice or strong, but it is really quick, especially when you can't be bothered to go through the hassle of peeling them. Then when your oil is heated up, add the onions and then add the garlic and cook for about 5 minutes. Then you're going to take 2 celery sticks and again chop them into really small little pieces. You'll notice that a lot of these recipes use really similar vegetables. It just makes it so much easier to go for one big food shop and reuse ingredients to make slightly different recipes so you don't get bored. Then take 3 peppers and chop them into chunks that you prefer. So I like quite big chunks of peppers in my chilies, but you might like smaller pieces, so cut them in whatever size you like. Add the peppers and celeries to your onions, give everything a good old mix and cook again for about 5 minutes. Then add 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. Now, I absolutely love smoked paprika. It gives an amazing flavour to all vegan dishes. I think it's a spice that you actually need in your kitchen, so it is a great investment. You can use it in so many different recipes, and if you like that smoky barbecue taste, then this is amazing. Give everything a good old mix, and then you're going to take 500 grams of soya mince. Now, you can use whatever soy mince you like. You can get this absolutely plain, and it's really cheap like that, or you can get it slightly flavoured, which is what I've got here. Just get whatever you want, but add 500 grams. Then you're going to add 5 tablespoons of tomato puree. I love anything with tomato puree, and it gives such a strong flavour. Then add 500 millilitres of vegetable stock. I use the same one that I used in the previous recipe, just any vegetable stock will do, and then 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. Then you're going to add 2 tins of drained red kidney beans. I absolutely love kidney beans. And then give everything a good mix. Now you're going to cook this for about 15 minutes just till it gets hot. And then right towards the end, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of tamari or normal soya sauce if you're not gluten free. This just gives another depth to the flavour. Mix it in and then serve and portion up. This makes 8 portions. which means you're going to have loads to have as healthy, quick meals with jacket potatoes, rice, tortillas. That is my biggest hack to healthy eating, is do big batch cooking and freeze it. If you're going to cook, you might as well cook in big quantities and then freeze it, so you can just grab something out the freezer whenever you are hungry. So those are all of the recipes. Like I said, go and check out Faye's video for even more student meal ideas. Honestly, it is so easy to eat vegan. Everyone seems to think, what do vegans eat? Lettuce and carrots. You could not be more wrong. All of these recipes are so delicious and simple, so you really have no excuses, and they leave you feeling absolutely amazing, I promise you. If you did enjoy today's video, then please give it a big thumbs up. I love making cooking videos for you, but I really want to know if you enjoy watching them, and if you do, comment below what recipes you want to see or what kind of cooking videos you're interested in, and I'll be sure to make those for you soon. And have an amazing rest of your week, everybody, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!